Aircrete blocks versus aircrete casting. How do they stack up against each other? Well, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. Basically, with blocks, you have to pour them into a mold, which means you have to first build a mold. You set dividers in there. Now, they can be sheet metal, which can be somewhat expensive and slice your hands up. Plastic, like a celloplast or something, works really well and it's a lot cheaper. But then often the blocks are pulled out and sliced to cut into the final shape. And then you have to pick these blocks up. You have to carry them to the location. You need to keep them wet and covered until you're going to use them. And then you have to mix aircrete mortar and you have to mortar all these blocks in place. And of course, if you're building something like a dome, really blocks are the most affordable way to go because you can create the shape you need. You can rasp down any edges or corners to make it completely round. And then you have your dome. If you were to try to build a dome with forms, then you're looking at doing something like inflatable forms like Monolithic Dome Institute sells and inflator fans. And or you could build it out of wood or perhaps even something like a geodesic dome form, and you have to create two of these and fill the space in between with aircrete. So that can become quite expensive by the time you buy your forms or build your formwork and then set it up and pour your aircrete. And if you're only going to do it once, that can be a substantial expense. If, on the other hand, you can reuse these forms, great. Then the cost per building goes down on the forms. Monolithic pours of aircrete are very rapid, very convenient, very easy for one person to do. It saves so much time not having to carry and stack blocks. However, you're somewhat more limited on the shapes, like we talked about just a moment ago. If you were to build a dome with cast aircrete, it's going to require some really special molding. But rectangular or square houses with conventional roofing or cylinder-shaped homes, they can have aircrete dome tops or conventional roofs on those as well. And it's just it's just so stinking quick and easy and convenient that it's ideal for bug out locations. It's ideal for storage buildings. It's ideal for those projects where all you can do is work on it on the weekend and you haven't got a lot of time off work. So casting, in my opinion, is really the way to go. But if you have to have a dome, then I would recommend the blocks. R value, I believe you lose just a little bit of R value with all the mortar joints because it's not quite the same consistency or density of air bubbles whenever you're making blocks. So slight disadvantage to the blocks. And really, that's pretty much it in a nutshell, just comparing the two. It really boils down to the amount of time you can spend with it, the strength of the structure, mortared together versus a monolithic pour and it's one solid piece. It doesn't make a substantial difference monetarily unless, of course, you're putting on conventional roofs. If you're putting on conventional roofs, then that does drive up the cost because you're probably also going to buy conventional insulation. You could use aircrete, but you're going to have to put in some, adequate support and form boards or a plywood ceiling to pour on top of. And while possible, the amount of effort there is somewhat questionable, but certainly doable. If the idea of casting a house is intriguing to you, I would certainly encourage you to click the link below in the description. Check out our Terlingua School of Alternative Building because it's more than just a workshop. It's more than just showing up and being a hand providing labor. This is adding value to your life. This is getting you the hands-on skills, the confidence, the know-how, the muscle memory to be able to build your own beautiful cast house quickly and easily, even if you're by yourself. And you're going to be able to do it affordably. But we also teach the other skills, electrical, air conditioning, heating, plumbing. In this case, at this workshop, we're going to have a solar workshop where we build a complete solar system. It's going to include lithium-ion batteries, battery management system, inverters, everything, and it's going to be just about $2 a watt hour finished. And if you've ever looked into solar, you know what an incredible deal that is. So also we're going to be doing a floating floor. We're going to be doing tile work, painting. We're going to be using some nanotechnology to reflect heat away from the structure. We're also going to be building some cabinets, and we're going to be pouring a concrete counter on top of it. So these are all things that every house needs. We're not just teaching aircrete. The set of skills will go with any form of building that you might choose to build. Because certainly in the modern world, we're going to most likely have some comfort control devices, whether heaters or air conditioners. We're going to have electrical systems. And, these are skills where a lot of people get stuck. They go and they build a third world tropical style dome with a plexiglass vent on the top, and then they realize they're miserably uncomfortable. And that's not what most of us want. So you're going to need these additional skills to finish that house out. So many people, they look and then they realize, I don't even have a place to put my toilet. And now I've got to jackhammer the foundation or build another foundation and put up another building for a bathroom. And then they wonder, how do I safely wire electricity without killing myself? These kind of questions, the lack of experience, can be solved quickly and easily with hands-on skills instead of the traditional path of learning that can be substantially more expensive and time-consuming. We've packed all of these skills down into a rapid-paced workshop. We give you reference materials. The video course is going to be made out of this workshop, so you're also going to receive a free copy of this new $300 course that is going to show you how to finish your house, how to do everything and every step, so that you're not left wondering how you're going to manage to finish your house, or having to try and hire expensive skilled labor to come in and then put in conventional things like electricity into an unconventional house. The cost of that's going to be substantially more. This workshop has been put together to rapidly let you experience and gain understanding in every part of the building process. If you're a total beginner or you have some familiarity, this course can definitely benefit you and get you moving forward as quickly as possible. And so, in addition to the video course that you're going to receive for reference, we're also going to include a student manual at the end of this that's going to summarize and review all of the various skills you've gone over, as well as the orders of operations and additional considerations and thoughts on the subject. And if you get in a bind or something, as part of this course, you get some consulting time, 3 hours of consulting time. So you're going to be able to reach out one-on-one and get your questions answered, get that little bit of extra assistance you might need as you go down this path of building your own aircrete or other alternative structure. Again, click the link below in the description. Check out the work course if that interests you. And of course, we also offer an online video training course that shows you how to make aircrete, a foam machine, and to build a dome. And we also have a Survive and Thrive product, which is a blueprint to put you on the land 100%, producing your own food, your own basic income. And that includes a copy of the Introduction to Aircrete course so that you can build your shelter. So if those things interest you, then certainly I welcome you to click those links and check us out. Have yourself a great day.
Alternative Building School, beginner or experienced builder. Come learn how to build a tiny house from scratch in far less time and expense than traditional paths of learning. You can learn and experience every skill you need. Now you can proceed with confidence to build the house and life of your dreams.